Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça, ela menina que vem e que passa num doce.
Hello and welcome to the Revival of Bossa Nova podcast. You just heard an excerpt from Garota de Ipanema, also known as The Girl from Ipanema, originally by Antonio Carlos Jobim. In this episode, we will be tackling the question, is Bossa Nova coming back?
Hello, everybody. My name is Harper Royal, and I'm a renowned Brazilian historian and the nephew of President Lula da Silva.
So, hola, my name is Lily O'Connor, and that was not true.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniela Jais. I mean, probably similar to a lot of you guys before this, I was also very new to Bossa Nova.
And hello, my name is Miranda Andrade, and Bossa Nova is my favorite genre to karaoke.
Alright, to figure out whether Bossa Nova is making a comeback, we each broke off and researched 4 different aspects of the genre: history, style, motifs, and interpretations. Let's start with Harper, our historian. Tell us what you've learned.
So I wouldn't say I researched. I knew a lot of this beforehand. So Bossa Nova originated in the late 1950s in Rio de Janeiro during one of Brazil's most optimistic eras of modernization. It was born from a beautiful fusion. The energetic rhythms of samba, you know, that like street music you think of with like carnival, mixed with smooth, sophisticated jazz influences. The result was intimate, a relaxed sound that perfectly captured the spirit of a rapidly changing Brazil.
Oh, awesome. Like, what kind of people shaped this?
So there were 3 main legends that define the genre. Gilberto, with his soft voice, revolutionary, relaxed guitar style. Antonio Carlos Jobim, the brilliant composer behind the unforgettable melodies. And Vinicius de Moraes, the poet who crafted elegant, thoughtful lyrics. Sorry, my Italiano came through there. Together, they created that signature smooth, breezy sound that we still love today. The song that really launched Bossa Nova onto the world stage, though, was The Girl from Ipanema, which is what you heard. It's massive international success, which, you know, I personally attribute a lot to Frank Sinatra and his iconic, beautiful Italiano voice. And gave that smooth edge to a smooth song. I could make a guess on that. Yeah. So, really, there's a bit of a political history to it, too. The music emerged during President Juscelino Kubitschek, his ambitious push to bring 50 years of progress in 5 years. Yeah, think about that. Mm-hmm. Brazil was industrializing really fast, building Brasilia, the new capital, expanding cities, and modernizing. In Rio's Copacabana and Ipanema neighborhoods, a confident new middle class embraced cosmopolitan life. Beachside apartments, cafes, cars, jazz records. Bossa Nova was really the soundtrack of that hopeful, forward-looking Brazil. Yet, just a few years later, the country shifted. As political radicalization grew, many artists who started in Bossa Nova moved towards protest songs, criticizing the style as too detached from the struggles of the poor and the real life that people had to face.
Oh, no.
After the 1964 military coup, the push for socially conscious music became even stronger. What makes Bossa Nova's story timeless is how it reflects Brazil's remarkable ability to move from difficult periods back towards hope and renewal. Just as the country transitioned from the optimistic Bossa Nova years into times of critique and protests, it has shown the same resilient spirit in recent history. After a deeply polarizing and turbulent period under Jair Bolsonaro, Brazil chose a renewed path towards social inclusion, protecting the Amazon, and a more cooperative future under my uncle, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he is my uncle! He is! In many ways, Bossa Nova represents that recurring Brazilian moment, when the country overcomes division and leans into optimism, elegance, and possibility. That timeless, cool, and resilient spirit, exactly why the genre feels so alive today.
Wow, that was so full circle. That's a beautiful story.
I know. That's why I'm, a little bit of a foreshadow, or, I'm team it's coming back. All right, now let's get into the style.
Okay. Hi again. Now I'm going to go more into depth on the music itself, answering the question, what makes it sound so unique?
What does?
I totally blinked out. But the uniqueness of Bossa Nova comes from its usage of samba. It's a very soft, intimate vibe, creating a gentle atmosphere, a song you can sway to and let yourself go. Samba itself is defined by subtle guitars, relaxed rhythms, and jazz influence. Jump-started by João
Gilberto.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was Italian.
Sure. The main instrument is a classical nylon string guitar, which has a signature strum pattern, playing the role of rhythm plus harmony, with the bass beat and aspect being controlled by the thumbs and the chords being played by the fingers. Although inspired by samba, Bossa Nova represents a calmer, slowed-down version, using syncopation, which is an emphasis on the notes between main notes. Think of it as instead of placing emphasis on 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're highlighting the ands in between. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You get the vibe?
I like it.
But this lets you glide through the beats rather than sounding like you're marching through them, by only highlighting the main beats. Vocally, it's very soft and quiet. You can say it feels like a whisper with the way it blends into the music. making it leveled out without one overpowering the other.
Like ASMR?
Yes, I can see that. But as for other instruments, we also use the piano, upright bass, and they usually use drums sometimes. But when they use these, it's usually a very more light, softer feel.
Wow.
So everything's kind of like blended together rather than just boom, 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 but like a boom.
Not like overpowering.
More instruments.
Exactly. Yes.
More?
It's very complex, but that's the vibe of bossa nova.
Wow. And they
like
use all of these
nonchalant.
instruments?
And they keep it, I think they blend it. Is that kind of the vibe?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like you just not overpowering the other, but kind of just like all mixed in together, like
one.
one full solution.
And people are aware of this?
Now we are.
Well, yes,
Wow.
we're learning today. We're
Wow.
all learning today.
Yes.
That's great. But the overall harmony includes a strong jazz influence with commonly used chords like a major 7th, minor 7th, 6th, 9th, and dominant 9th. Then extended chords like the 9th, 13th, and 11th. And I'm sure some of us probably don't know what those chords are. I would say I probably don't really know, but it's just what I learned today.
Well, as an astound music theory scholar, I can
also-
confirm that you do know a lot about music
Wait,
theory.
I was gonna
of
say
course.
honestly, just correct me if I'm wrong. Just like approximately like 5 minutes ago, you were like, "Oh, don't know much about bossa nova music."
It's the power of research. If I do say so
Yeah.
myself.
Inshallah.
Wow.
But creating that smooth melancholic sound played with the syncopated pattern. And that's the general sense of what bossa nova is. Now that we've broken down the style, let's listen to a few short snippets. Here's a short snippet of Chega de Saudade by João Gilberto. You can hear how this guitar carries both the rhythm and the harmony at the same time. It's just not keeping the beat, but also outlining the chords. So it kind of does everything at once, but in a really subtle way. The vocals come in very softly, almost like they're a part of the instrumental instead of sitting on top of it, and that helps everything blend together. The guitar, the voice, and the rhythm all balance each other, creating that smooth, flowing sound that defines bossa nova.
I love that song. It's awesome.
You wanted to come back and hating it already.
I want Frank.
I knew I had to add it to my playlist after that. It was very beautiful. But while Chega de Saudade shows the foundation of bossa nova, songs like Desafinado by Stan Getz and João Gilberto shows the jazz influence in bossa nova music. Here's a short snippet.
Saiba que isto em mim provoca imensa dor.
As you can hear, here's a very relaxing, nostalgic vibe. It sets the scene of a quiet cafe or going on a nature walk because the composition of song unifies vocals and instruments, a sound that makes you sway or feel like you're floating away. So while music is a very defining part of bossa nova, using instruments and style to create that smooth, unified sound, there are many musical ideas that gives the genre its unique identity and structure.
Wow. No, that's so beautiful.
I like that
feel
one.
like everything we keep hearing, like bossa nova becomes like such a beautiful like form of music. Just its history, its style.
Yeah, I feel like you gave the listeners a very good description of what it sounds like.
I just hope that you guys love
Sure.
bossa nova like I did after all this research. I definitely need my own bossa nova playlist now.
Well, guys, I'm back, Lily here. Thanks, Enyola. So I feel like you honestly just perfectly encapsulated the defining soft vibe of bossa nova. So I'm gonna now explain like the progression and the development of motifs in both the lyrics and a bit of the sound throughout the years, starting in 1950s and going up until now. And then maybe in this discussion, maybe we'll talk about our predictions for the future bossa nova themes. So bossa nova, it really only emerged in the late 1950s in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And this new arrival was new. So new that bossa nova actually translates directly to new wave or new trend in Portuguese, like English.
So they just stole our new wave?
I wouldn't say
Not particularly. I'm just saying it was new. It was a new emerging like.
They need to come up with their
style.
own ideas. I mean, we.
We all share the wave.
Wow.
Well, no, I'm Brazilian.
new wave.
Remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, carry on. Starting in the beginning, most people consider the first bossa nova song to be Bim Bom, written by João Gilberto
Gilberto.
in 1956, but it was only released in 1958. And when you listen to it, you can only ever describe it to a playful, happy, and relaxed song. The lyrics primarily are composed of the words bim and bom, and its rhythm, instrumentation really emphasize minimalism. You can listen to it right now.
Bim, 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 bom. Bim, bom, bim.
So yeah, later in 1959, the very first album of official bossa nova album came out. It was called Chega de Saudade. How do you say that?
Saudade.
Wait, pause.
Saudade.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Really close.
Chega de Saudade.
Yes.
Okay. Which was the first bossa nova album to be released, and it was debuted by the famous Brazilian musician João Gilberto. The entire album is composed of music you'd want to hear like on a sunny day at the beach while you're relaxing.
That's the vibe I need now, especially for summer. So
After finals and all that
Bossa
stuff.
Nova summer.
No, yeah, like that. It's coming back. It's coming back, right?
Thanks, Lula da Silva.
You're welcome, Harper da Silva. So the album is full of passionate yet breezy songs. The lyrics of the songs are all filled with longingness, heartbreak, tenderness, and romance. You'll see it's a motif that comes along in basically every bossa nova song up until now. For example, in Chega de Saudade, the first lyrics translate to go my sadness and tell her that without her it is impossible. Tell her in a prayer to come back because I cannot suffer anymore.
wow,
Heartbreak.
what a lyric.
Heartbreak.
What a lyric.
I couldn't even pick every single lyric is just absolute
Dang.
passion.
I know what to listen to when I get my
Longingness.
Yes.
All the longingness. You'll see the frat party should start listening to that. They love their
Bossa Nova.
longing.
Sorry, what's a
to
frat? We don't have that. in
Okay,
Brazil.
carry on.
I'm unaware of this.
Carry on. But in 1964, the famous song "The Girl from Ipanema" was released, which, again, no surprise, sings of love and longingness for this girl.
Yeah, Frank really cooked with that one.
Always. I don't know if it was Frank, but whatever. This love is a strong recurring theme throughout the lyrics of all of bossa nova music. In the 1970s, bossa nova started becoming a little bit more experimental, often speeding up the pace or including characteristics of other genres, specifically jazz, rock, and pop.
Oh.
Also a little bit electronic music. Often the themes stay strong, but there becomes less of a sense of nationalism. Before in the songs, often a lot of the songs sing of the scenic Brazil and just not necessarily strong like Brazil, but just more symbolism of it. For example, like their beaches. And that comes up again in one of their 1972 album, Agabu Sharari, and specifically in the song Brazil Pandeiro, which directly translates to Brazil tambourine. So you can just see they appreciate their culture. And then by the 1980s, bossa nova is still characterized as very relaxed and continues this themes of longing and romance. But coming now into the 80s all the way to the 2000s, it's started severely shifting away from the classic, slower, more relaxed and minimalist bossa nova style, like specifically the João Gilberto music style, and it's become more modernized as it started fusing with other genres. And for example, it's got really popular in the electronic bossa nova music, which keeps the relaxed rhythms and lyrics, but totally moves away from the original minimalism.
Maybe the frats can use that.
No, honestly,
We need to start a little petition.
Yes. No. Actually, I was just listening to this song "Grandma Calls the Boy Bad News" by Ray and the F1 album, and it's like super electronic, but it's still bossa nova. It's been modernized, and then also it's like, for example, bossa nova is often also fused with jazz, and people call it jazz samba. That only started forming in the 1880s and 90s. But started in actually 1964 with Getz and
Gilberto.
Who's already started defining this fusion. But the style is a little bit more sophisticated than the original, but still very smooth. And then some final words I want to include is that bossa nova, as in all art and music, does have a lot of political meaning, and lots of artists end up using symbolism and lyrics and metaphors to as a form of political resistance to the 1964 Brazilian military coup. And they couldn't really speak out directly, so this just gave hope to the people of Brazil. Some main artists who really participated in that is Chico Buarque, Nara Lowell, Chico. And, yeah. Again, I guess. Yeah. And he, I guess, really used a lot of play on words as well.
Yeah, these facts were fact checked by real Brazilian patriots. Don't worry. As in moi.
Français.
That's cool. Well, thank you, Lily. I guess I'll get into interpretations now. I think a lot of what you were talking about lyricism, I found in my research. So basically, Bossa Nova, we have expanded beyond Brazil. We see where Frank Sinatra did a whole album where he covered a bunch of
Frank.
Yep. Yeah, my boy Frank. Yeah, we're on a first name basis actually.
Oh,
you guys go way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Well,
Sing a little romance.
Back in the 1970s, there was a lot of interpretation of bossa nova. This had a big impact on the genre as a whole because you were taking these lyrics in Portuguese and moving them into English. And like Lily mentioned, it began to lose its symbolism of Brazil because it was losing a lot of meaning when you translate it to English. So a lot of classics contained Brazilian references. You mentioned the beach, and they would just have a subtle symbolism throughout their songs. However, when you translate it, it places it in a different context. Though there's an upside. This made bossa nova a lot more accessible to the world.
Definitely.
It embraced a lot more universal images instead of specific Brazilian images. So it kind of spread throughout the world in its interpretation.
Wait, also I love how language really shapes because different languages have different words.
This is why we need one world language, so everyone picks up on the same thing.
It's just some of the songs. Honestly, you can only express it in Portuguese to really express the meaning. There's just no translation, direct. Yeah. Wow, I didn't even think about that. That's awesome.
Maybe we just need to all learn Portuguese.
Wait, honestly, get the reference.
Yeah.
Assimilate into the culture.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Harper's already Brazilian. He's halfway there.
Yeah. Wait, we've been speaking English. I thought this was Portuguese.
We'll hang out with him.
We're all gonna come out of this Brazilian.
Yeah.
And so that was what we were seeing in the 1970s. But nowadays, we are still seeing interpretations. You mentioned how Ray is taking on bossa nova. Well, are any of you guys familiar with the Despicable Me franchise?
Wait,
Yes.
of course.
Yes. I love Despicable Me.
Are we?
Yeah. So basically, in 2022, the Despicable Me franchise came out with Minions: The Rise of Gru.
That one was a banger.
Yeah, I love that movie.
top one movies ever, I feel.
It's not as good as the original Minions, but
so
it's
top
pretty
two,
good.
top two.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, it's up there. But I especially like it because of the soundtrack. So this soundtrack included a cover of Desafinado by Kali Uchis. And I'll explain why this is really crazy. So Kali Uchis, she is rising in pop fame, I would argue. She's getting
Some
up
could
there.
argue.
Wait, we are arguing.
Some-
Maybe what?
You're over there. But yeah, so you might know her from Telepatia, that was huge on TikTok recently.
I love that song.
Yes, it's amazing. After the Storm featuring Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator is a big name nowadays. She has won AMAs, she's won Billboard Music Awards, Grammy,
She should.
Radio Awards. Yes. And then take Despicable Me. It's a major pop culture franchise. They have this soundtrack for this major movie produced by Jack Antonoff. He is one of our top producers today. He's big in the pop industry. He produces for Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, Lorde.
I love Lana.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know who any of these people are.
He's
No way.
He's too niche.
We gotta go to you.
He only knows bossa nova.
Yeah.
And Jack Antonoff won Grammy Producer of the Year 3 years in a row.
Wait, Harper, do you know what the Grammys are?
No, not at all.
Wow. It's okay.
One of which was the year the soundtrack for this movie came out.
Oh, wait, interesting.
So he literally won an award related to producing this. Now,
Deserved.
we have a rising pop star. We have a big Hollywood movie. We have a big pop producer, and they're all coming to make a cover of the Finado, one of like the most classic bossa nova songs. This just shows how the interpretations of bossa nova are really reaching mainstream nowadays, and it just brings bossa nova to a major pop stage. So it's developing style-wise, it's developing lyric-wise, and it's just being brought into the spotlight for everyone to see.
Wait, that's super interesting. Wait, also, I feel like it's obviously making a comeback. I feel like through social media, like TikTok, I feel like sounds have been showing up. The Minions.
Yes.
You know,
The political and economic state of the world right now.
Okay.
Should we just get into the discussion?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, thank you for that, though.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we've covered some basics of this discussion, let's get into it. Is bossa nova coming back?
Yes.
I want to argue yes. I feel like it's. I saw this like article about this thesis, doctoral thesis.
Dang, we get an academic in here.
Yes.
Wow.
This
You're a fellow historian.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm a vibe
He's
historian.
everything that he wants and could be.
And you know what?
I'm a historian because I make history. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? Applause to that.
Thank you.
Well, yes.
Whenever it makes you
Audience, I don't hear you applauding loud enough.
You better be applauding.
Well, this paper or this thesis was talking about how, like, to quote, variety in music has increased significantly since the first popular music trends in the 1820s, with minorities and immigrants becoming the curators of American musical culture. And I feel like that's so true, like, nowadays.
It's so true.
We see
Is
it
Super Bowl
with
and everything.
Yes, we see it with Bruno Mars, his recent album, incorporating bolero music and his culture. We see it with Kendrick and SZA releasing Luther, which draws from Luther Vandross, like a big figure in R&B and soul. And so I feel like people are just bringing back the past and different cultures, especially in American music. So I feel like there's a big space for bossa nova to come through as well.
Yeah. So not only for all the reasons I stated earlier with the politics and the economy of Brazil and it's being correlated with a more hopeful futuristic era, that's all perfectly obvious and any rational person should be able to see that. But another reason that I think it's making a comeback is because the American people, they like their music to be niche. They're always looking for that underground stuff. And how many people recently
Niche.
I also
niche?
say niche.
Niche is the niche way to say niche. Yeah.
Wait, my bad.
It's the niche
Sorry.
way to say that.
Not to interrupt.
So anyway, I'm leaving all of this in, by the way. So
Wait, good. I like
the American people, they like their music niche, right? And what is more niche than bossa nova in this current American political climate?
Wait, I don't even think bossa nova's niche. Okay.
I mean, in the minds of the American people, I think it currently they're on a Latin pop revival, and I think that was
Yeah, they totally are.
that was the
Brazilian
leading
funk?
indicator. Yeah, Brazil's just the next step.
Yeah. Also, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's so timeless. It's so versatile. You can listen to it at parties. You can listen to it at beaches. You can listen
Especially
to
the beach this summer.
it the walks or about. You know, nice little hot
ready.
little walk.
Involve
Like,
me.
Yeah. I don't know. But, like, also, don't we see, like, AI taking over in the music
stop
industry?
it.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, AI is awesome and would make bossa nova better.
However, AI is not really good at doing like specific cultural like sounds other than mainstream like
Just grog.
stuff.
Well, yeah, well, okay, but that's just some AIs. Like Grok could like definitely understand like the subtext.
Audience, please, he's joking. I think.
I think
I'm pretty sure.
I've never joked before in my life.
totally.
If we see AI coming up in the music industry, do we think bossa nova
Bossa Nova's not doomed. It's too complex. I don't think.
Yes.
There's too.
The chords.
It's not doomed any more than any other. music
All the
genre.
instruments, I honestly don't think it could be blended. I think it's a very artistic, and the artists who like curate bossa nova music, they have to choose what parts and what instruments they want to emphasize, and AI just can't do that. They blend everything equally, or unless you give it a prompt and something specific.
You know what? I might have to disagree here. AI can do anything we can do, but better.
No,
He's an
it doesn't
ambassador
have
for
that.
AI.
Yeah, he's getting paid. How much was it?
Sam Altman does not pay me. I repeat, he does not pay me.
This is not an ad.
Well, okay.
All right.
So guys, we've heard some very interesting arguments. On 3, let's see what we think. Is bossa nova coming back? 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
I'm glad we all agree.
Yeah.
If you didn't, out of out of the
So
group.
anyways, the majority vote seems to be leaning towards no. All right, so there you have it. This
Never
has been
jokes,
the
never
Revival
jokes.
Bossa Nova podcast, and Bossa Nova does not seem to be coming back.
I think it is.
I just thought we all agreed that.
I don't know what y'all heard. I don't know what y'all heard, but I heard something very different.
Oh, whatever.
Rebelling.
Bossa Nova is the
Opposite
new
day.
thing.
It must be opposite day.
It's the new thing. It's the new thing.
Well, thank you for listening to our podcast.
Bye.
Bye.